Hey guys, Tess here from Tess Fitness at www.tessfitness.yolosite.com. I'm here to tell you how to get free of your own mind imprisonment. So what I mean by mind imprisonment is what I was just going through the last, 24 hours, somewhere around there. Kind of on and off, some more intense moments than others of just being kind of just negative. And I just, in order to change, you have to get to the point where you're just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I was so sick and tired of hearing myself be negative and finding all the wrong in every solution, especially as a therapist when I preach, the positive is always available. So is the negative. It's your decision whether you choose which one you want to listen to and focus on. And what you focus on, you feel. So if you're focusing on being all the time negative, or everything that's gone wrong, or what you can't do, and you're going to be controlled by that, and the feeling is going to be mutual inside of you, and your state of mind and soul and heart is going to lose its vitality. So finally I just made a decision. I think that's the stopping point, at least in my own experience and what I've seen in my clients. You have to make the decision first, and your executive function then controls what you're going to do. I made a decision to move. So sometimes, even though we can know intellectually what to do, we don't always do it. For example, I know to eat, oatmeal in the morning, and, vegetables in the evening, and protein throughout the day, a few times a day. You might know this information, but what stops you from doing it? What stops us from following through on the things that we know we should do in order to really follow through? And there's lots of answers to that, but without going into too much detail about the subconscious and how we're directed and by our instincts, pleasure versus pain, just stop it now. Simple technique is stopping your thoughts right then when you recognize that they're negative, choosing that you don't want to listen to them anymore, that you have, and knowing deep down that you have a choice to believe the positive, and you will live that out once you decide. So not wondering if, or thinking too far in advance into the future that, it will work out, or waiting for things to change. Basically, if you wait for things to change, things will never change, because we just aren't wired like that. Humans were not wired for motivation. Motivation is generated like a generator. The energy comes from within and restores energy to the power plants and to the rest of, whatever it is that we're focusing on. So where your energy goes, your mind follows. So if I'm thinking now, all right, I'm going to decide to act. That's the decision. It has to be a decision followed by an action. You can't just say to yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to start believing positive. Oh, positive me, I'm so positive, without any action to back it up, because then your brain says, well, there's no evidence that remaining positive works. So I'm going to go back to being negative. That's the default. That's the survival mechanism. Finding everything that's wrong so that we can protect ourselves, right? So once you decide, take an action. So today, bringing it back to my personal life, I decided, all right, if I'm going to stop being negative and replace that with not just positive thinking, I need an action to keep my positive thinking consistent. And right now, that is going for a run, because I know that when I move, my energy is free and I don't feel confined to my own thinking. It just clears my head. I get into nature and I feel it all throughout my body. My whole physiology changes. That's what it's all about. You have to change your physiology to change your state of mind. Because we all know what promising ourselves that we're going to do this next right thing or this great thing next, and then not following through on our promises does to our psychology. It fucks it up. It really does. It really hurts our psychology. It really brings us down. So I know that outcome. I know how that tape plays out. So I'm choosing today to take the action toward feeling better, because ultimately it's your life, right? You can choose, what you want. You can choose misery, that's fine. You're comfortable in that. And you know, most of us though have had a glimpse of what it feels like to be free and positive and hopeful and love life. So we have a little bit of hope left that inspires us. And if you're watching this now, you're definitely inspired to do the next right thing and give yourself the time of day to be positive and uplift yourself by taking action. So that's the note of the day. Hope that served you. Have an awesome rest of the weekend. Take care. If you have any more questions, you can email me at getfitorquit27@gmail.com or visit my website and use the contact form or reply below. Have a good one.